but I guess
13.
Yeah,
teetering on the tween.
Yeah, but yeah, I kind of feel like this is maybe Fox's last hurrah before Disney kind of
jumps in,
takes over.
Mm-hmm.
So get all the rated R stuff out of the way before Disney says like, no, we can't do that anymore. No, nope. You know, no. But yeah, that's it for my news.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
I know you got a lot of stuff because you were in a special place.
I was. So Fridays standout Comic-Con panels.
Oh,
first up we have Glass.
Yes.
Which Samuel Jackson, Bruce Willis, and Joy. I forget her last name. They were in attendance. They were there.
Oh, really?
The girl from The Witch and from Split, obviously. The actress. They and M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
They introduced him first. He came out. He seems like a pretty cool dude. And he got a lot of love from the crowd.
Really?
You know, for being blacklisted, he's definitely
come
back
yeah.
in a big way. And they dropped the world premiere for the Glass trailer, which is out now on YouTube, and it looks really good.
It looks crazy.
Pretty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody for the Q&A asked if it would be rated R, and he says that the goal is PG-13 for him pretty much always.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to teeter on the PG-13R little guidelines.
Yeah.
But the film does look very hard-edged, like they're kind of pushing the intensity as far as they can. He said, he mentioned in the editing that a lot of the sound design really is the breaking point for whether it'll be PG-13 and R.
Oh, like, if you can hear someone like bone snapping and stuff.
The Foley effects and stuff that they put in post, I guess, really make the difference, which is interesting. But yeah, that was a fun panel and a good way to start off. That's when I pretty much arrived in Hall H, which is insane.
Yeah, lucky bastard.
And then next up we have what's pretty much made my year.
Yes.
Halloween.
Yeah.
The Halloween panel for 2018. Of course, Jamie Lee Curtis was there.
Was she there?
Yes. Cool. She came out, the Queen, the original Scream.
How'd she look?
Scream Queen. Just like you said, like she takes care of herself.
Yeah.
Not like her age. I think she said she's just about on the edge of 60. She doesn't look it. Yeah. She definitely still's looking like she looked in Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
You know, like she's just stopped aging after a certain point. But yeah, she looks pretty good. David Gordon Green, the director of Pineapple Express and a bunch of comedies and of course Halloween.
Yeah.
And Halloween longtime producer Malik Akkad was also in attendance, which was pretty epic because his family has kind of, inhabited the Halloween franchise for the entire thing. Something that I was very, very excited to see, or for them to drop, I guess, for the world, was brand new footage of NICOLE. Mm-hmm. They showed 2 kills.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice.
And let me tell you, when they say that the tone is very much in the vein of the first one, they really aren't lying.
Okay.
Like, they really hit. I do not know how they did it, but they hit the nail on the head for sure. They do the classic where it's like the one shot. He's kind of creeping around the backs of homes in the dark. It's Halloween. You can see the trick-or-treaters in the background. You see him in full form, his mask for the first time, pretty much. And he's looking for a weapon when it starts.
Yeah.
Right? He walks into this shed and he picks up a hammer.
Oh my god.
And he goes basically into the back of the first house that has the door open, which is like a middle-aged lady. She's cooking in her kitchen. Yeah. And he walks up in the kitchen and fucking murders her off screen.
Oh my god.
You just hear the sound of the hammer. And the body fall.
Yeah.
And he walks over to she was making like a some food or something, which they did in another film. I think it's part 2 that he actually does that same thing, and he picks up the classic butcher knife.
Ooh, nice.
And then he walks over. He's exiting the house to the front, and he sees a baby. Mm-hmm. He just murdered the mother of a newborn.
Oh my
He
God.
kind of looks over at the baby and keeps on going.
Oh my God. Thought that was gonna get pretty dark right now.
Yep. And keep in mind, this is all one shot.
Yeah.
The cinematographer following this this killer through. He walks on down the stairs into a busy trick or treating night.
Yeah.
On the street, and he finds another house. I don't know what the significance of this lady is, but he walks up to another house across the street and kind of peers in this big dining room window, right? And you see this shot of his mask reflecting into the window, which is very ominous and beautiful. And the lady gets creeped out. And she walks over, she can sense a presence, and she lowers the blinds. But by the time she does this, Michael has already gone around the back, entered the house, and is walking behind her.
Oh my God.
To which he grabs her by the ponytail, slams her face on the nearby sofa, and shoves the butcher knife through her neck.
Nice.
From the back, so you see, see it.
Yeah.
And then they recut a new trailer.
Okay.
So we see some footage in the new trailer. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's online yet or not. But
I don't think so. Probably for you guys. They probably won't release that probably for another week or couple weeks.
Needless to say, it's a beautiful looking film.
Yeah.
I'm even more excited. And something that I was very impressed by is Jamie said that she came back to this role because the screenplay is a kind of a low-key, how do you say, it's basically for the Me Too movement.
Okay.
It's about this woman who's waited 4 years to take back her narrative from somebody who stole her innocence. Yeah. So I thought that was amazing.
That's cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you told me when you texted me, you're like, Halloween panel, I'm in here. You're like, they put me in here. And then you're like, bro, I'm crying. It's so beautiful. I was like, oh my God, man. Oh, you're so lucky, dude.
I really was.
Yeah. They love you over there.
They do, man. Because next up, they had the Sony Pictures panel.
Yeah.
They talked about the new Spider-Verse animated
the animated film that's coming out.
Yeah, and it looks really cool.
That's pretty crazy.
They brought out other voice actors, and it looks great, man.
Yeah.
It introduces the an African American Spider-Man.
Oh, Miles Morales.
Yeah. Very cool. And then right after them, they were like, "Oh no, big deal! Here's the Venom panel."
Wow.
With Tom Hardy in attendance.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Ruben Fletcher, director of Zombieland.
Yeah. And
Riz
Ahmed
from
Nightcrawler. That the other Star Wars Rogue One.
Yeah. He's they were all super down to earth.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy, very quiet, soft-spoken guy.
Yeah.
He looked like that was his very first Comic-Con ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He had never been there before, and he seemed like super overwhelmed, and like he doesn't take himself seriously whatsoever.
He's probably like, how the fuck did I get this job?
Yeah. But they gave the crowd little Venom masks, and they had everybody chant "We are Venom," and had the cast come out.
That's awesome.
Which is pretty awesome. They showed a new extended trailer, which I don't know, is that out?
Definitely not yet, but I read about what happens in it.
Oh yeah.
Which you get to see.
They show a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah. This one's rated R, right?
Yes.
Okay, because what I read sounded rated R.
Yeah, they're gonna be definitely like biting heads off.
Yeah, I heard one of the things was like Venom actually bites someone's head off. I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy.
And Tom Hardy's like, oh, sorry, I have a disease or something like that. No. Pretty interesting.
Man. Yeah. Did they show anything else different from the other trailer besides like the head getting bitten off?
Honestly, it was more focused on showing him kind of being inhabited by the symbiote.
Okay.
So you see a lot more footage of
that struggle.
Him as him as Venom. Mm-hmm. Just more and kind of more of the story structure. But I did notice that they didn't show any of Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
So that leads me to believe that maybe he really is Carnage.
Yeah.
Or he'll come out
maybe
as Carnage
towards the end or something.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. Cool. Yeah, nothing of Woody at all.
Did they say anything about Tom Holland or like a Spider-Man?
That's actually so I posted a story on our IG, and that was him answering as you know, legally as he can. Yeah. They were somebody a Q&A asked, would you ever do you think Tom Holland will ever fight with Venom? And Tom Hardy said, yeah, I would love to.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
pretty much, in a nutshell. So, and he's rumored to come out in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I was asking
at some point. So, yeah, they'll definitely face off. You know, Eddie Brock and Peter Parker don't get along. Yeah. So, I'm sure that'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. The cards. It really depends on how Venom really works at the box office. I would assume. Yeah. Whether we get more Venom at all.
I think that's going to be a hit, though.
Yeah. Moving on, moving away from Comic-Con, Waxworks Records and Mondo are releasing the first few sequels to Halloween on vinyl. Oh, and the pre-orders just went up today. Okay. You can get the 4 and 5 combo pack for $60, and that's up today. And I think part 6 on vinyl is also available today through mondotees.com. If you want just one of the vinyls for each film, I think they're $30 a piece. Which for what you get isn't too bad, and they'll immediately be worth more later, you know, because those runs never last. Castle Rock is now on Hulu. The first 3 episodes are available now.
Which show is that?
Castle Rock is a Stephen King adaptation.
Okay.
Starring Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, he's in it. Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought it was. I couldn't remember the name of that show.
And the amazing Jane Levy. Yeah. So check that out. It looks promising. I started the first episode last night.
Okay, nice.
Pretty good. It seems pretty good so far. Moving on. Apparently, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is getting a reboot. Oh. It is official.
A TV show?
Yes, and it is not a continuation. It is a
straight up reboot.
A straight up reboot, which is there's a bunch of backlash already from diehard fans. The biggest thing, which I think is kind of cool, they are planning to cast a African American female as the new Slayer.
Okay.
Which is interesting because I know the new Ninja Turtles made April O'Neil African American.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so that's cool. I guess the reason for the new take says the creator Monica Breen she's a huge fan. She said that Buffy is her Star Wars, and she thinks that the times that we are living in right now are a lot darker. So perhaps a new Slayer is that answer.
Nice. So this is like you said. So this is like a clean reboot. Nothing exists from that Buffy.
Honestly, if they do that, I think that's silly because the whole point of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is that it goes from era to era, and so why not just pass the torch? You know,
that'd be cool to have the cameo.
Have the first episode, bring back some of the original cast, and have them kind of pass on why we get a new Slayer. But having a new Slayer makes total sense. Yeah. So just pass the torch and kind of work in the mythology of the original. That would be my take as a writer, or the smart thing to appease everybody else. You know, you want to bring it back, that's fine. but do it in a way that you're not discrediting everything Joss Whedon has done, because they still have these comic books and Angel and Fate.
Because they're still continuing that storyline even today. Mm-hmm. That would be pretty cool to have someone, from the old ones, or a couple of people make cameos. Kind of like, oh, this is your journey now, to